All right, everyone, welcome to another video, Full Speed on Pulse. And today's video is about our Klx110 that we have for sale. And we made a deal with you guys that we are only putting it up for sale for one person. And if he bought it, we were going to sell it. And if he didn't buy it, we're going to keep it and do a bunch of mods to it and all that. And come to tell you guys that she's gone. We sold it. So as soon as the guy seen the bike in person, he knew it looked exactly the way it looked like in the pictures. They looked freaking awesome and all that. And he even asked us again, like, are you sure you want to even sell this thing, man? And I said, you know what? We do. It's going to help promote some of our other stuff that we're doing on our video and all that, and help us grow and doing different builds and stuff like that. And so he happily took it off our hands and all that. And I'm hoping that he's watching these videos and all that to help him along with doing some more builds on his Klx110. But we got some more stuff that we're going to do that we have planned for this month. And I want to share you guys with our plans that we have. And let's get right at it. So first things first, guys, we already have plenty of videos made of doing mods to our truck. We're going to have some Jeep content coming out a little bit too. But we have a lot more pit bike stuff coming. And one of the things that you guys been asking about is our TB cam. If it's been good to us on our Klx110L, or if we're still having issues with it, which we're going to address that stuff here soon in our next video. But let's get right at it, and let's talk about some of these projects that we got to get done. All right, everyone, this is our Honda CT70 1981. We picked this up a while ago. You may have seen it in a couple of our videos of us trying to get it running, putting a different carb on it and all that, trying to get it to run right, and it's never really ran right for us. And this next month, we are going to get this bike completely dialed in, whether we have to put a new head on it, big bore, carb, or maybe even the points on this thing, since it uses an old school ignition. A lot of people upgrade that to a coil, which could definitely be our problem. But regardless, we want to keep the stock exhaust. We really like the classic look. It's just a really good street ripper for us and all that, cruising around to the neighbors and stuff in town. And so what we're going to do is get this thing running really good. So this thing usually would do about 35, maybe 40 miles an hour if we're really pushing it. We'd really like to get this thing tuned up good. If we put a big bore on it or anything like that, I'd really like to see this thing tack that thing all the way out. Get 50 miles an hour out of this thing. It'd be pretty darn sweet. So pretty standard rig here, guys. It's a completely bone stock, original motor, bore, crank, all that stuff. But just a cool bike, guys. These CT70s are the deal. I mean, this thing is super old school. I mean, you got your metal gas cap here and all that. So we want to get this thing dialed in, and when you get it running all that, the horn still works and the lights work. So we got to get that thing dialed in. All right, next thing we're going to be tackling, guys, is our TB cam and our Klx110L here. We took it on our Kentucky trip. It ran pretty good, but I'm a little upset about how the power band rolls in and how much this bike still really does tick. We reached out to TB Parts, and they give us some different clearances for our valves and all that. So we're going to readjust that, and then we're going to do a review on this cam and seeing how we like it. We might end up putting the stock cam back in, but we'll see what happens. But that's another project. This will be a quick one. This one we should be able to get done overnight, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But we're gonna figure out exactly what we wanna do with this bike as far as we're putting the stock cam in. But the goal is just to kind of get the bike milked along for this summer on this stock head and all that. And then in the winter time, we plan on breaking this thing all the way down to the frame and doing a complete rebuild on this bike. Plastics, everything, painting the frame, TB head, I mean, the whole works, guys. We're really going to put some more money in this bike and do some sweet mods on that, but that will be in the winter time because we have a special build coming for you guys since we sold our Klx110. Before we get into that special build I'm talking about, we got one more project that we will be working on that you guys are going to see here soon. That is our CJ5. You might have seen at the end of last year, we're in a short video, we're starting to do some roll cage work. You've seen that we're doing some paint work inside here. We put some fresh seats on this thing. So we're upgrading the seat harnesses and all that because originally we had lap belts on this, and we've seen too many bad things happen where you're wearing a lap belt and you get in a bad accident or you get in something and your face ends up beating the dashboard, which is, or in our case, would just be pretty much a windshield. And you know, things are really tight on these CJs. So we're gonna get this thing all dialed in. We're having a couple more hoops custom made so we can put them down here because there's just no room to put your straps and mount them down. And you got no room for adjustment. So the hoops will come down and we'll mount the seats down here, the seat belts down here, and it'll give you a nice draw and all that to be able to tighten your belts up and all that. So that should be pretty good. If you guys haven't seen this on our channel, we have some videos of us on the dunes doing some 50 shot nitrous rips on it. and right there. But we're going to be upgrading to a 100 shot now because we're done playing around with the old 50 baby shot. We've talked about it plenty of times. You guys come through, giving us the subscribers and all that, and we need to hit it with the 100 shot for sure. So we'll give you a quick fire up and all that. If you've never seen this Jeep yet, it's a really fun Jeep, guys. You guys might not be Jeep people. You guys might be here for the pit bike content, but I promise you, this is a fun rig here, and she likes to party. So just so she's been sitting for a little bit, guys, so she's pretty dusty and dirty and probably needs a fresh seal on her. She leaks a little bit. Oh, we left the power on. She may be dead. So let's give her a little fire up, guys. Let's see if she'll turn on for us. She's carbureted, so a couple pumps, and let's see what happens. Fires right up. All right, so in the short video we do on this, we'll pretty much just be buttoning up the roll cage, painting it, stuff like that, getting our seatbelt harnesses all mocked up. We'll have to send the Jeep out to a transmission shop because we cannot get this thing to stop leaking. And I think it might be, I don't know if it's called the actuator, but it's something on the right side of the transmission. We've tried sealing the oil pan plenty of times and she just will not stop leaking. So I don't know what the issue is. I'm hoping she doesn't have a crack in the housing, but we won't know until a professional actually looks at this for us. We are probably just a little too busy to try to tackle this project on our own, so we're gonna let someone else handle it. That's a professional. And then I actually have 2 more projects I forgot, and this is just all in the month of June, guys, that we're gonna be hammering this stuff out, is that our buddy has an XR70 that he blew up probably a few years ago now, and he never fixed it. So I told him, bring that thing over here. We're gonna slap that big bore that you have, put it in it, get her all dialed in, tune her up, make her look pretty, and then we're gonna sell it. We're gonna sell that bike because he's not really attached to it. And then we're gonna use that money to pick him up a sweet pit bike that we have in mind. And it's gonna be pretty awesome, guys. And then it'll be another separate build of us doing that. And then the last thing to talk about is going back to that Klx110 we bought. And like I said, if we sold it, I first told you guys we're gonna do some enduro stuff. But I think you guys want to see more pit bike stuff, and I love building these pit bikes. They're so much fun and all that. Part of this goes to the Klx140s we rip. If you've seen those things in the marketplace, they are kind of expensive. Like, you really can't find anything decent until you get close to that $3,000 mark and you're buying something used. So what we did, we picked up another pit bike, guys. In my opinion, should be very comparable to the Klx140 for a fraction of the price. Now, you're gonna have to throw some mods at it to compete with the 140, but in the end, your price should still be half the cost, if not just maybe a little bit more. And at the same time, just a fun build. So I'm not gonna tell you guys what we bought yet because I wanna get the bike here to be able to do a whole video for you guys and showing you guys the Ripper that we picked up. But I tell you what, I promise you, she's a beater. And she is another smoker for sure. So, but like I told the guy, I said, you know what? We got him a good deal. I feel like we got him a good price and all that for his bike and all that because she's definitely not pretty. But for us, it didn't matter because I told him we're breaking it down to the frame anyways, and we're going to build this thing all the way up, put all the mods on it, you know, build the motor up, suspension, all the good stuff. So this will actually be a first video. You guys get to see us build a bike from the frame up and just get her looking crisp. I love doing these videos where the bike looks like a complete junker and then we just make her look so shiny, so clean. So that's just little updates, guys, of what we got coming for you in the month of June. Like I said, we already have some videos made of us doing some mods to our Ram and all that I'm going to sprinkle in, plus our big Kentucky trip that I'll be doing 3 separate videos on since we have so much footage of day 1, 2, and 3. So a lot coming towards you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.